Lymphatic drainage is one of the primary treatments for lymphedema or swelling to the face, head, and neck area. Some get lymphedema because they've had lymph nodes removed for surgery, they may have had damage or have had an injury to the area or have had radiation, or some may have lymphedema due to genetic reasons. For those who are new here, my name is Kelly. I am a physical therapist and I specialize in lymphedema and cancer rehab. In this video, I'm going to show an entire lymphatic drainage routine so someone can follow along with and explain which direction to try to move the fluid towards if you have lymphedema or swelling to the head, neck, or face area. Before we begin, make sure that you subscribe down below for weekly new videos. You can also follow along with us on Instagram or check out my website for more resources. Now, before we begin, you always want to make sure that you get clearance from your doctor before starting any lymphatic drainage, especially if you're in the middle of any cancer treatment or have history of infections or other medical conditions. This routine is a general one for educational purposes. It's not meant to replace individualized guidance, and it's best to work with a certified lymphedema therapist or doctor in your area for medical treatment. So the first thing we always want to do with any lymphatic drainage is to do deep breathing. And I know that's far away from the head neck area, but the reason is because all of the fluid in the head neck area has to come back towards the heart. So we want to make sure that this is all moving first so it's nice and cleared for this fluid out of the head neck area to move towards. So put our hand on our belly. We're gently going to press inwards. We're going to take a nice big expansion with our belly as we take that breath in. So go ahead and take a breath in. And then breath out. Good, and we're gonna do it 3 more times. So big breath in and out. Third one, breath in and out. And one more, big breath in and out. Next, what we want to do is we want to stimulate the lymph nodes in that head neck area. And so we're going to take our hand, we're going to put it right where the collarbone or clavicle is, right at the base of the neck. Ideally, it's directly on skin if you can. And then we're going to do 8 to 10 circles, nice and gentle, over the lymph nodes in this area to help stimulate them so the fluid can move and process through them. And we're going to be doing both sides, so you can do both at the same time, or we'll do one at a time. After you've done 8 to 10, go ahead and switch to the other side if you haven't already. Nice and gentle, right at the base of the neck, around that collarbone. Then what we're going to do is we want to stimulate the lymph nodes that are right below the ear. All of the fluid from the face and the neck area have to go through these lymph nodes to then go down to the lymph nodes here before they get back to the heart. So what I like to do is split the fingers into 2, and I want to put my palm right at the base of the ear and almost underneath the jaw a little bit. And then we're going to do 8 to 10 circles in that area. The lymph nodes sit right under the skin, so you don't have to press hard at all. We want to make sure that we're always gentle with them. And after you've done 8 to 10, you can do the same thing on the other side. Again, the lymph nodes sit right below the ear and under the jaw. And then what we also can do is we can stimulate the lymph nodes that kind of run down under the jaw a little bit. So I'll take just a gentle flat hand and nice small circles right around that region. And we'll do 8 to 10 circles on both sides. If someone has lymphedema just on one side, they can focus their time on that side, or you can still do both. After we've gone through and we've stimulated all the lymph nodes in the area, then what we're going to do is start to move the fluid through the lymphatic vessels to these lymph nodes to get out. So the first thing we're going to do is clear the area. So you have vessels that run on the side of the neck from the base of that ear, below the ear, down the side of the neck to the collarbone ones. So I'm going to take my whole hand, as much surface area as possible, and we're going to gently do strokes down the side of the neck. Again, you do not have to press hard at all. It's actually really gentle. It's a skin stretch. It's not going into the muscles. So just gently feel like you're pulling the skin, letting it go, pulling the skin, letting it go, and working your way down. Same thing, we'll do 8 to 10. If you are short on time and speed it up and you don't have a lot of swelling in the area, you can do closer to 5, but whatever you might need. And we'll do the same thing on the other side. So start at the bottom of the ear and work our way down. My fingers, I know it's hard to see, but my fingers are trying to curl around or wrap around to the back of the neck. There are some vessels back there, so we just want to use as much surface area of the hand as you can. Do 5 to 10 or so, all the way down. And then once we've cleared the neck area, we're going to work into the face region. So the lymph vessels start at the middle of the face and they actually work out to the side to the lymph nodes below the ear. They don't go straight down the front of the neck. They work out to the sides and then down. So from the middle under the jaw, middle of the face and out, and then forehead around, all to this side and then down from there. And so we start from the middle, and I'm going to start at the bottom of the face. You can start wherever, but right underneath that jaw is where a lot of lymphedema likes to sit if someone's had lymph nodes removed. So use as much surface area of my hand, and we're going to just guide the fluid outwards towards the base of the neck, or the base of the ear, I should say, excuse me, below the ear. 5 to 10 or whatever someone needs. If this is where a lot of people hold their fluid, then they're going to spend more time in this region. And then after you've done one side, you can also then switch and do the other. Same thing, start from the middle and then work everything out to the side. And then after you've gotten 5 to 10 in, then we'll just start to work our way up the face. So I'm going to end up working next just above the chin, kind of in the lower face, lower cheek area. Same thing, start from that middle and work out to the side. You are welcome to do both sides at the same time, but just make sure that you're working in it outwards, starting from the middle. And after you've gotten 5 to 10 or so of the strokes there, you can start to work up higher, underneath, gently underneath the eyes. Don't put a lot of pressure around the nose and at the top of the cheeks, moving out. If someone has lymphedema in the face, you're just going to spend that time wherever you might need it. Five to 10 or so there. And then same thing we're going to do on the forehead or on the eyebrows. So you'll start from the middle and you're going to work out and down and around all the way to the bottom of the ears. Okay, we're going to do a few more. And then once we've done the forehead and you've spent as much time as you need to, whatever area of the face that you might need, then we want to make sure we've moved all of this fluid out to these lymph nodes. We want to get it out of that area. So we're going to go back from below the ear and work our way down the side of the neck through the lymph vessels here to these lymph nodes at the bottom where the collarbone or clavicle are. So full hand and just go ahead and re-guide all of that fluid down and out. 5 to 10 strokes all the way down, nice and gentle. Make sure you try to get into the back of the neck a little bit if needed. And after you've done 5 or 10 on one side, make sure that you go over and get the same thing on the other side. So below the ear, all the way down. Should say this is best to do sitting up because gravity can help move the fluid out of that area compared to sitting. Most people, when they have lymphedema, they'll notice that the fluid gets worse in the mornings versus the evenings because you are laying down at night, so there's more fluid with gravity towards the head and neck. And then throughout the day, they'll notice less swelling. So sometimes this routine is ideally done first thing in the morning when you might have more swelling built up in that head and neck area. But that's a full routine and sequence for lymphatic drainage to the face, head, and neck area for lymphedema or swelling. Again, be sure to reach out to a certified lymphedema therapist or doctor for more personalized guidance. But I hope you all found this video helpful. Be sure to check out the other videos on my playlist or other resources that I have on my website, and I will hopefully see you all in the next video. Thanks, everyone.